Welcome back, Soul Tribe. For those of you new to my channel, welcome. Bienvenido. Today, let's check the person that's on your mind. Because let me tell you, they want back in. I've been getting downloads that this person is very stressed out, full of anxiety, and they want back in. They do. They want back in. So let's check the vibe, Soul Tribe. Let's check the vibe. Let's cleanse the energy. Cleanse the energy. Paya, paya. Cleanse the energy. I hope you are all doing well. Remember that this is a general message. Okay? Now, remember, if it doesn't resonate, please don't force it to fit. Okay? Please don't force it to fit. And either let it flow or let it go. Let it flow or let it go. This person is in a lot of pain right now. And they just keep staying in that loop. There's an apology coming. They want to apologize so bad, collective. They do. But they don't know how. But we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. All right, Spirit, spill it. Tell me about the person on the collective's mind. Tell me, what's going on? What's going on? What does the collective need to know? Not what they want to know, but what they need to know. The truth. Listen, your intuition, your ping never fails you. All right. You have a telepathy that goes beyond, and they know this. You were always chasing, collective. You were always chasing. But you know what? You got tired of it. You got tired of it. You knew that there needed to be changes. And your intuition just said, you know what? Something's going on. And I'm going to find out. Now, listen. The person on your mind, this energy that's around you, they're being resistant to change. They're resistant to change. They don't want, they're stuck in their ways. They got used to you chasing them. Okay? So that made it easy for them because they said, oh, the collective is chasing me, so I got it going on. But they know that no matter what, they know what's going on, even if they don't tell you anything. So what do? They are being resistant, and they are a little bit, negative. They think they got it going on. They think think they got it going on. So they have a lot going on in their life. And here it is. They got conflicts. They got a lot of turmoil in their life. They have a lot of issues. And you were in shock when you felt it. You felt that something was going on, that they were conflicted, that there was distance, and this shocked you. So you were troubled. All right. And guess what? You decided to say, you know what? No more. You drew a line in the sand. You put up your boundaries. You're the Queen of Swords. You said, you know what? You're resistant. You're not coming to me. I'm doing the chasing. What's up with that? Now remember, flip and switch the roles. Okay? So they were living in ecstasy. All right? Because you were chasing them. They thought, oh, look at that. I got it going on. I got it going on. The collective's after me. And, ooh, I'm a smooth operator. And, oh my goodness, they're your divine masculine. That's why you couldn't stop chasing. But you put your boundaries up. No matter what, you got tired of the resistance. They wouldn't make up their mind. They were conflicted. They were like telling you, listen, I'm confused. I got things going on. And, you know, I can't see you today. Let's put a pin on it. Okay, let's put a pin on it. Tell me more, Spirit. And it kept happening, and you got sick of it. You got sick of it. So you got tired of it, and you got angry. You did. Because what you found out was that they had a family. Now, what I am feeling is that the reason why they made up all these excuses was that they were living a double life. This is what they were hiding. It was a shock to you. And you said, you know what? I'm drawing the line here. What is that? You don't want to be with me. You're not going to play with me. I'm not your toy. I'm not your toy. So guess what happened? They felt the loss. Yes, they did. They felt the loss because they realized that they couldn't put on a show anymore. They couldn't hide anything from you anymore. Tell me more, Spirit. But now they're at a breaking point. They're at a breaking point because you drew the limit, but now they're overwhelmed. They're conflicted. And they're going through it tower after tower moment because remember, they're your divine masculine. They're supposed to be with you. But they made a family, okay? They have a family that they were hiding. So after this boundary that you put up, this wall, because you became empowered and became the Queen of Swords, who's the boss, guess what? You started healing. Healing, healing, and healing. Yes. Amen to that. You started to heal. And they felt it. But since they're going through it, you know what happened? They started getting karma. That one flipped. And they felt the silence because you started to drift. There were no words. It was like frozen in time. You became distant because they were breadcrumbing you and you weren't having that. You felt that you were like an escape to them and you deserve better than that. So they became avoidant and they started pushing you away. And those were all the signals. All right. But they still believe in the possibilities of reuniting with you. But guess what? They got eyes on them. They got eyes on them. So now it is difficult for even them to come toward you to even explain the situation and why things went down the way that they did. What they have with you is deep. And you are very important to them. Very. But you know what? Something's going on with them where they're having tower moments, and there's a lot of confusion where they're at. But they're uncertain because remember, they're a divine masculine, flip and switch the roles, and guess what? They're confused. They don't know what to do. Do I go with the collective and fulfill what I want? Because I want the collective. I desire the collective. I'm not happy where I'm at, but I'm confused. I can't decide. So there was a lot of deception. They lied. Everything became like a cat and mouse game, and you you had it. This destroyed you. But now they have clarity. They're having an epiphany. All right. They want to tell you the truth. They want to admit that they made mistakes. Okay. Now, in some of your cases, they're playing the victim. But you know what? They might think that they were misunderstood. But you know what? There's clarity here. So the truth shall come to light. And they're going to admit their mistakes. Mistakes were made. And because of this, guess what? They feel that they're cursed. You know why? Because things keep happening to them. Yeah. Repeated tower moments. Chaos. They are living in a place where they don't want to. And they're living in an illusion. Everything is distorted. There's cloudy judgment. Okay, so not only are there tower moments, but they feel that they can't see clearly. They cannot see clearly. It's like a fog. Tell me more, Spirit. They wish that they would have made a foundation with you, okay? But the problem is they chose another route. And there they laid the foundation and they made a family with somebody else. And they're in regret. Mark my words, they are in regret. Because now, yes, they have secured and made a foundation with somebody else, but they feel cursed. Collective, they're cursed. Because now, guess what? They want out. So all this buildup, all this foundation, but they feel that they were cursed because there's something going on. Remember the clarity? They're beginning to see the light. They're beginning to notice little things that are not normal. Things that are happening that they're just not, there's no logic to it. This person, your person, is very analytical. And if it doesn't make sense, they don't believe it. But strange things are happening and they're beginning to notice that something's going on with them that's not normal. And they feel that fog, they don't know where it's coming from. And it's coming from somebody. Tell me more, Spirit. They feel empty without you. And they were distracted. They were distracted. All right. There were delays. Every time they made plans with you, there was a delay. They'd get a call. They'd cancel on your ass. But now, you know the problem? That they're going through emotional storms back to back. They are living in misery. All right. They're unstable. They're in turmoil. All they do is get into fights with this karmic that they chose over you. And they realize now that you, remember that clarity? It's like a light that's shining bright. They are realizing that you are their yin to their yang. You're the divine feminine, baby. So we have Divine masculine and feminine. This is your counterpart. That's why they can't stay away from you. They can't forget you. Tell me more, Spirit. Too many. We'll take the one that you gave us. They're stressing the hell out. There's turbulence, tension where they are. They want out. They want out. And look at that. They still have hope that one day you will be together. One way or another, they're going to make it happen. Now, the question is, what are you going to do? What are you going to do after all this time that's passed? What are you going to do? You know what? This person was wearing a mask, clearly. They're unhappy there. They were bluffing. They were pretending that they were happy. Not were, that they are happy in that relationship. So they're putting up a facade with everybody. Okay, they're pretending that they're this great, nice, happy family. Oh, how wonderful. But deep down, they are miserable. Miserable because all they do is think about you. The memories just drown them. Okay, they think that you are gorgeous. Your beauty is just bar none. Yes, 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 yes. But guess what? Again, they feel hollow, and there's a confession coming because they can't take it anymore. There's something that they did not tell you other than this third party situation and this family that they build with somebody else. Fantastic. But there's other things that they're going to reveal because they can't take it anymore. They're up to their breaking point, and that came out. All right. They're at a breaking point. When you drew your boundaries, your line in the sand, they realized that they needed to step up, and now they can't live with themselves. They're in total conflict, chaos after chaos. They're going through a storm right now. And it's not one day, it's every day. So they're coming to confess. They want to confess. They can't take it anymore. Spirit, what else? What other actions is the person going to take over the collective and toward the collective? Listen, they withdrew from you. All right. But there's a connection that goes beyond the 3D. You have a past life connection. All right. Everything seems like deja vu. All right. But until they learn their karmic lessons, they can't come toward you. Bam! What? Baby, karma. There's consequences because everything is cause and effect. All right? It's time to pay the piper. You thought they were loyal, but loyal to who? Tell me more, Spirit. You know what they fear? Your rejection. But there's still secrets and mysteries. But remember, they want to come clean, but they're afraid that you will reject them because they abandoned you. Yes, they did. Tell me more, Spirit. They abandoned you. And now they're living in pain because they can't get you out of their minds. And they're coming to the realization that the possibilities are very high, that they've lost you because their pride got in the way. They have a big ego, and that's what's kept them from coming towards you and apologizing and giving you all the facts. And that confession is coming, but they have such a big ego that that's what's keeping them. But again, they kept you, sending you mixed signals, and they messed you up big time. But not anymore. Not anymore. They are lusting after you. You're a forbidden love for them. The chemistry and the energy between you, it's just electric. They just can't handle it. They can't stay away from you. They can't. Any more from this deck, Spirit? Any more from this deck? Yes, I guess so. But you've released them. You let them go. You've moved on. And they're wishing that you give them a second chance. What would they say to you right now, collective? Spirit, what would they say right now if they could share? Let my soul tribe know. What would they say? What do they want to say that they didn't? Tell me, Spirit. Give me the message of this person that wants so badly to come back to the collective. I saw things playing out differently in my mind. Of course, they wanted to be with you, and they chose somebody else. That's not what they planned. But you know what? It is what it is. I trust in the universe and divine timing because they want to come back. I have deceived you. I deceived myself too. They realize now with that clarity that they're receiving that they were a runner, you were the chaser, and they're in deep regret for that. They hid their feelings, even from themselves. They didn't want to admit it. They blinded themselves because they did not want to make a decision. And that was very selfish. This is a codependent relationship. Yeah. Because they have a family. So now they don't know how to get out. I don't know what I am holding on to anymore. They want to be with you. They don't know how to get on. They don't know how to move along to come back to you. Okay? They feel so miserable that they don't know why they're in there. Why they're still in there. In that relationship with that karmic. They don't know why they're not just letting the tower fall. I feel like a ton of bricks fall on me. This lesson comes hard. What did I say? Yeah, those are towers. This is an unhealthy obsession with them, but I can't help it, of course, because they feel tied to this karmic and this family that they chose over you. I hide behind my mask and acted like I don't care. Yeah, they acted like if they didn't care. That's why they ghosted you and they iced you. Maybe I am meant to be alone on this journey. Yeah. The dark night of the soul doesn't forgive. And it comes and it's going to hit hard. I am not ready to take off this mask. I never meant to hurt you with all the things I did. So they're in regret. They're really remorseful. This is the path that I must take alone. It is because you've already gone through it. And the scary thing is that, you know what? They're feeling the pain that you felt when they ghosted you and they just took off on you. It's scary to face my shadow and my truth. You put a mirror to them and they didn't like what they saw because you forced them to look at what they were avoiding and what they were letting go. And they were taking a big risk. And now they're gone. They're feeling it. My worst fears are being brought forward. That's right. Because you're not there. I'm healing on my past life karma. Again, karma after karma. Remember, there was a connection in past lives here. We need to stay in separation for now. Have patience. I will be home. You're their home. I have so much passion for you, but I hide it This person was terrified of telling you and losing you, and they lost you anyway. One more, Spirit. One more, Spirit. I am determined to end this toxic cycle. There it is. Love conquers all, baby. Love conquers all. Collective, I hope that today's message has brought you the clarity that you need to make a decision. Click like, subscribe, share. If you want a one-on-one, hit me up. My information is in my bio. Email me. Let's have a conversation. Collective, my dear soul tribe, until next time, keep it real. Caravana,